Our videos featuring Ben, aka MEP, are starting tomorrow, Friday, April 30th. And I've just been receiving tons and tons of questions about this video series. So I wanted to jump on and answer a bunch of those most common questions and also give you a preview or a sneak peek as far as exactly what's going to come out, in what order it's going to come out, and answer all the most common questions related to schedule. Is it streaming? Why are we doing this? Like, why are you making such a big deal about this? So on and so forth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So this has been MEP. And in case, it's kind of interesting to me. Like, I've been in chats and in live streams talking about the fact that he's already been here and played his matches, but apparently a lot of people haven't caught on to that. So yes, Ben has already been here. We've played our matches. It's been recorded. We've been working on all the editing to get everything ready to publish it. And I wanted to give a little bit of background on him. This is taken from the description of his most recent match on the Tennis Troll channel, which you should absolutely go subscribe to and check out. In 2020-2021 competition, he's 11-1 at 4.5 in Atlanta. For the few people out there who are still saying like he's not a real 4-5 or anything like that, the way that you get a rating is by winning or losing. So if he's 11-1 at 4-5, he's most certainly a 4-5 player. And so it was so generous of him to come up here out of his comfort zone and challenge a bunch of players on the Essential Tennis courts. And he requested 4 matches. Originally, he was just going to play me. That was the original plan. Ben was going to travel up here. We were going to play each other. That was going to be the end of it. And then a couple weeks before he came here, he texted me and asked if he could play a couple other matches as long as he was making the trip up to Milwaukee. And that made sense to me. And frankly, I think that's really, really smart because Ben realized that the playing surface here is very different from what he's used to in Atlanta. If you've been following our content at all, then you know that the court here is obviously it's an indoor court. It's extremely fast, extremely quick, and it's easy to create offense on this court relative to playing outside on a slow court like what he's used to in Atlanta. So he asked to play 3 additional opponents before playing me so that he could have a chance to get used to the court and get acclimated. And I was more than happy to set that up. Frankly, I thought that was a really smart play. And those 4 matches took place over 3 days. He played his first match on day 1. He played 2 matches on day 2. And then he played 1 match on day 3. That's how he spread it out. And his rationale to me, and this is going to come up a ton in the videos. Like I asked him, and multiple people asked him, do you wish you played less matches, or do you wish you played more matches? Like, how do you feel about this much competition? And the way he described it was, well, in a tournament, I would have to play at least this many, and I feel like I'm totally ready to play that much competition. So he was all for it. And you'll see how the story plays out as we release the videos. So these are his opponents, and in order, by the way. And I put his opponents in this order on purpose so that he could acclimate, get used to the courts, kind of get his feet under him and get used to the conditions and that sort of thing. This is Sean. Sean's been on the Essential Tennis channel before. In fact, he was the first player that I competed against on the court when I started working on my own game and trying to develop myself as a player in the fall last year. Sean is a 4.0 level competitor in Chicago. He also has a UTR of 6.77. And I would describe Sean as having a solid all-around game. He can play from the baseline. He can play from the nets. But he doesn't quite have the weaponry. He doesn't quite have the offense to break through to solid 4.5 yet. He's had some experience at 4.5, but most of his experience is at 4.0. And he's trying to develop the offense, the weapons, the consistency while attacking to be able to make the jump from 4.0 to 4.5. It's a really, really common story with tennis players. So this is the first person that Ben played. And by the way, in the first comment down below, I'm going to link, if you're curious, if you want to see Sean play, if you want to see Ben play and everybody else, I'm going to link to a video that shows match play of all of these players so that if you want to kind of watch and get familiar with the players before you see the videos of them playing Ben, you can go ahead and do that. So this was Ben's first match, was against Sean. Ben's second match opponent was against Topher. Topher played against me about a month or two ago here on the Essential Tennis channel. He has a 4.0 rating in Milwaukee, and he describes himself as liking to be patient. He has, I would say, more weapons than Sean. He hits a heavier ball than Sean, slightly more aggressive, but likes to be patient and hang back at the baseline and kind of work the point. And if you watch his match play against me, I kind of just had a really good day, like an on day against Topher, and just kind of rolled over him because he was wanting to sit back and kind of be patient and rally. And I didn't want to do that. And it just didn't work out very well for Topher that day. But he's got a great game. You can see him on Mark Sanset's channel as well. He played a really good match against Mark. I think it was like 3-6 and 4-6 or something like that. So this is opponent number 2 against Ben, match number 2. Opponent number 3, and you'll see here that things are ramping up. If you guys are familiar with Scott, Scott is a 4.5 level player here in Milwaukee. He's a coach here in Milwaukee. He works at the same club that Ira works at currently. He's got a very offensive game. He's got a big attacking game. He has the nickname Angry Old Man from just hitting big, ridiculous shots. He played Mark Sanset here on the Essential Tennis court, and he also played against Adam, a very defensive player, on the Essential Tennis courts. So super attacking game. He does not like long points. He loves coming forward to the net. He loves creating offense and attacking. And so really interesting, juxtaposition between potentially Ben, like super, super defensive, and then Scott, super, super offensive. That's the kind of battle that, typically is super exciting. So, and if I remember correctly, I set up Topher and I set up Sean for Ben's trip. He asked for 3 other matches. I set up Topher and Sean, and I kind of gave Ben the choice of who he wanted his third opponent to be. And I don't remember who else I suggested to him, but he asked for Scott specifically. I think he wanted that challenge of on a fast court against a really aggressive, offensive player. I think he was looking for that particular challenge. So that's match number 3. And then match number 4 is against me. And this was on purpose. Just simply, the whole point of the other 3 matches was, A, to make the most use of Ben's time and his trip. As long as he was coming up here, he wanted to get a broader experience than just playing against me. And number 2, if he was going to come up here and the match was going to get so much attention, he wanted to feel as prepared as possible. There's little to no indoor courts in the whole Atlanta area. There's a couple, but I don't think he has, they're not readily accessible. And so Ben wanted some ramp up period. That's why he asked for the other 3 matches. So I'm a 4-5 player, although I haven't really competed in league play in quite a while. I'm not a patient player. If you've watched me play, I like to force the issue. I like to press, and I love coming forwards to the net. And you can see me play a wide range of players. Ira, Mark Sanset, Adam, a defensive style player. Chris recently, a very high shot tolerance, kind of counterpuncher, style player. Sean, a 4.0 player. Topher, a 4.0 player. I'll put a link to one of my match play videos down below as well. So this is the lineup. You will see every point of every match of all 4 of those matches. This is the order that the matches are going to come out in. And I've seen a lot of other kind of reoccurring questions recently, and so I wanna address some of those questions. This has got to be the most common one recently. I think for some reason the reoccurrence of Ben in my training sessions, in my match play, it's really rubbed some people the wrong way. And kind of the general theme or like the phrase I see over and over again is, man, you're really milking this. And I want to address that really quickly. Up until 8 months ago, this channel was just purely an instructional channel, and it started in 2009. So for 11 years, the only thing, with a couple exceptions, that was posted to this channel was just like tutorials. How to hit a better kick serve, how to put more power on your forehand, like the best strategy for singles and for doubles. And when everything changed, when the pandemic happened a year ago, and the two coaches that I had on staff left, I kind of had a decision to make. Some of you were around, when that happened. And I had to decide like which direction I was going to go. And I sensed an opportunity to take a new direction with the channel. And I saw the opportunity for me to take off my coach's hat a little bit and put on my player's hat. And I missed playing tennis. And so much of my time and attention was caught up in being a coach for the last 20 years that I missed being a competitor. I missed being a player. So I made a big, pivot and started showing myself training and showing myself taking lessons, showing myself hitting with the ball machine, showing myself playing matches against players. And it was right at that same time that Ben's videos really started taking off. And it was just kind of like a very natural thing that happened, that we kind of connected and we said, hey, let's play a match against each other. So with that pivot, basically the mindset that I've had for the last 6 to 8 months is I'm just going to be completely open and show everything I do. And when I knew that I was going to be playing Ben, that was what really occupied and drove me to train, to work on my fitness, to try to get my strokes back, to try to get my timing back, to try to get my mental game back and get myself sharp again as a competitor. That was what really drove and gave me energy and inspiration for the last several months as I've looked ahead to knowing that I have that big challenge looming on the horizon. So as we've captured all those things, that's just naturally been the content that we've released. And so Ben has definitely been front of mind for me as I've been going through my training and my preparation. And we record anything I do on the tennis court as a personal kind of rule. Like I record it because that's what I do. I make tennis videos and then I share it with all of you. So that's the answer. Ben wanted 4 matches. I've been prepping for Ben for several months. Before several months ago, I wasn't training as a player at all. Meanwhile, Ben's played however many dozens of matches. So if anything, I'm way behind Ben as far as like competitive preparation. But for some reason, this has kind of rubbed some people the wrong way, that I've been really focusing in and taking it seriously. I guess it's getting tired for some people. But I know many others of you are so pumped about it. You're so excited about it. And I share that excitement. Ben has already been here. I watched all the matches, and it was an unbelievable experience. And I'm unbelievably excited to share it all with you. It was an incredible experience. It was a journey. Like Ben, I think uses the word journey. Like he wants to take people on a journey, and he took us on a journey while he was here. And I'm really excited to share that with all of you. Why don't you just publish the videos is like another really common question. You got to understand that when Ben got here, we had 3 to 4 weeks of content, of material already shot and already in the funnel. And that's how most businesses like Essential Tennis operate. Like we don't come out here and shoot a video and then like it just magically gets posted the next day. Like it takes a lot of time and effort and energy for every single video that you see posted. On average, cutting up a match, you got to understand it's 4 to 5 different cameras all running at the same time, and it's 4 to 6 microphones all running at the same time. If we wanted to just record on one camera and just like post the match, that would happen pretty quickly. But we're trying to push the envelope with tennis content. And I see all the comments of support from all of you who say that you're enjoying watching our videos more than the tennis channel. You enjoy watching our content more than watching the ATP or the WTA. Thank you for that. Thank you for that support so much. It's because, we put the cameras in the corners. It's because players are wearing microphones. It's because we set up storage units to have an announcer's booth, and we record the announcer's booth. And it's because our editing team takes, for every match play video that you watch that takes 20 minutes to watch, our editing team is taking 15, 20, 25 hours to cut together every one of those match uploads. So why is it taking so long? Well, when Ben got here, we already had 3 to 4 weeks of content already that was being worked on. And then Ben played 4 matches, and each of those matches takes about a week to a week and a half to process through. And that's still ongoing. It's still being like his content is still being cut as we speak, and it's going to start coming out tomorrow. But that's the short answer as far as like stuff just doesn't magically like come out of the camera and get uploaded the way that you see our content cut together. All right, will the matches be streamed? No, they won't be streamed. We briefly thought about streaming, but decided that editing the videos, creating a story out of them would be such a more full and exciting experience. When we stream a match, like we have to decide, like we have the announcers, that's 2 people talking. Then we have the players with the microphones on, that's 2 more people talking. And so when you watch one of our live streamed matches, we have to choose to focus on either the announcers or the players, and we focus on the announcers, just like when you watch tennis on TV. And when we get to edit a video, we get to mix it all together and make it a really cool viewing experience. And so you've got the announcers giving their 2 cents and their opinions, but you also get to experience Ben, like for the first time, in the middle of a match, walking up to the camera and telling his thoughts about how the match is going. And you get to hear Ben's opponent for the first time, walking up to a camera and being super honest and being like, here's what I'm struggling with, like here's what's challenging, and here's how I'm trying to overcome this. So we opted to not stream his matches, but instead edit them so that we can provide that full, experience of letting you into kind of the whole story, like the whole journey. And then finally, I think last one here, and then if you all have any questions, I'll stick around and answer more questions for a little bit. What's the schedule? If I told you exactly what day Topher's match starts and Topher's match ends, and what day Scott's match starts and Scott's match ends, then it would spoil the outcome of a lot of the videos. So I'm not gonna publish dates. I'm not gonna let you know exactly what dates. Plus, it might shift a little bit depending on how the editing team is doing, depending on a lot of different things. So I'm not gonna give a schedule, but I've given you the order. And so Sean's match is going to start on Monday, and there's a couple other videos with Ben that are going to be published between today and Monday. So the first actual match play videos are going to begin on Monday, this coming Monday. But between today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's going to be other uploads with Ben that I'm really excited about. That'll give a little bit of a sneak peek. So you'll actually see some points before Monday. You're also going to see a sit-down interview between Ben and myself, which I enjoyed a lot. And it's a really fascinating look into Ben's kind of mindset and his history as a player, how his game evolved, his outlook on the feedback he receives. It was kind of a Barbara Walters, style interview with Ben. So that's coming out before Monday as well. And a couple other things that we have in store for you guys. So between now and Monday, look for several uploads featuring Ben, and then the match play footage is going to start on Monday. So that's the schedule. Sean, then Topher, then Scott, and then myself. That's the schedule. And that's pretty much it. I think I've answered most of the most common questions. And do we have Ben in the chat? Yeah, we got Ben in the chat. What's up, Ben? Thanks for hanging out. Why do you split up matches into 2 or 3 sections? Yeah, Mo, good question. Most of the matches we publish, if we did it all as one piece, it would be a 50, 60-minute upload. And we could do it that way. But that's a big YouTube video. Like there's hardly anybody that consumes 60-minute long YouTube videos. So that's the main reason why we kind of spread it out. Some matches like Ira versus Adam that went a full 3 sets. I mean, that would have been an hour and a half, like 2-hour-long upload. And certainly like that would be an option for us to do that. But while we worked on that kind of a cut, there would be no uploads for a week and a half. while we were trying to chew down that massive of a match. So we, for the sake of like consistency and for the sake of keeping our videos consumable, we try to shoot for about 20 minutes or so, like 20 to 25 minutes, which is already a pretty long video in terms of YouTube, and certainly in terms of like Instagram or Facebook or just about anywhere else. So we shoot for about 20 to 30 minutes per upload, and then however many pieces that it takes for the whole match to happen, that's basically how we do it. Hopefully that makes sense. Why did you choose not to play Mark? Yeah, I was directed towards Ben. I don't remember if I specifically asked Ben about Mark or not. Maybe Ben will remember. Tennis Troll Davis Cup style match. Mike Trice, that we're working. That's in the works. Shout out to Tennis Troll channel, by the way. Love their content. They do an incredible job. And I've been in contact with Ben and with the owner of the Tennis Troll channel about a team of essential tennis players, probably 4 of us, going down to Atlanta to do exactly what Michael Trice in the comments said. Probably like 1, 2, 3, 4 singles and then like 2 doubles. So that's in the works. It's very early talks on that. But I think it's only fair for us, myself specifically, but some of us to go down to Atlanta. Ben has been super gracious to come up here, leave the comfort zone of Atlanta and come up here to a totally different environment. And so I think it's only fair that we return that favor. So we're counting on doing that. But we'll see. I don't know for sure when that's going to work out, but we'll see. To be continued. What's next after MEP content? Yeah, I've been in a little bit of a holding pattern, trying to maintain my fitness and continuing to push myself physically. Ira and I are going to play a doubles match against Scott Brody and Mark Sandset. That's kind of what's up next on the horizon for me competitively. But I'd like to sign up for a tournament like I did last year, right before I got hurt. And I think that would be a good thing to have on the calendar to kind of have that big challenge in front of me to prepare for. And Ben was that for me for a while, to be honest. Like in all honesty, like I took it really seriously. I wanted to do my best, and I didn't want to have any excuses afterwards. So knowing that I had Ben on the calendar really pushed me. Really drove me to take kind of my training, my preparation, like getting myself as a player up and running again. And I thank you, to Ben for that. He really pushed me tremendously to take seriously kind of coming back. But now I need to put other stuff on the calendar, so I'm working on that. Let's see. Will Ben wear the green shirt? Yeah, you'll have to watch to find out. Any chance MEP or Essential Tennis team member merch? Yeah, Essential Tennis has had merch for quite a while. Below, if you look on your phone, below any of our videos on YouTube, like here, I just clicked on this is this video. This is gonna be super meta. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. If you look on your phone below any Essential Tennis upload, you'll see the shirts down. Like those have been there for a long time. Tennis Troll, I think, has T-shirts as well, but I'm not sure. Might have to look in the description below his videos. Why not organize a tournament with 8 players after this? Essential Tennis. Yeah, I'd like to do that as well. Benoit. Yeah, I'd love to do like an Essential Tennis tournament. We'll probably do that at some point. How old is Ben? Ben is, he said in the chat, 43. I'm about to turn 40. So I'm the whippersnapper. Would love to see video series, The Growth of MEP, where Ben takes lessons from, Ben's taken lessons on YouTube, actually. Peter, shout out to Peter Freeman. Like Ben's super, open to feedback. Like to his credit, yes, he has a kind of an unconventional game style, but if you look around on YouTube, like you'll see him working on his game. He takes feedback and he's trying to develop new and other parts of his game. Peter Freeman at Crunch Time Coaching did a serve lesson with Ben, maybe a couple videos with Ben. Yep. Yeah. Ben. Yeah. Ben T in the chat is MEP. It's really nice of him to hang out. Essential test. Rude, arrogant keyboard warriors open singles tournament. Well, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've put a total like an open invitation out there to the keyboard warriors. Come, I'm right here. Come play me. They never seem to want to come play for some reason. They never seem to take me up on it. Ben, on the other hand, Ben flies up here and plays me. I'd sent him one text and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." The keyboard warriors, I haven't had one hater show up at my door yet to play me. So haters, I'm right here. Will you come to Europe for a month? Eventually, yeah, I would love to. How hard can he rip a serve with the right technique? Yeah, Ben's a strong dude. I'm sure if he focused a lot of time on any of his strokes, he could make huge improvements for sure. I'm bored waiting for these matches for weeks now. So Tyler, maybe next time I just won't tell you. How about that? I won't tell you we've got something special coming. Ben needs to hire an agent. Awesome. Play outside. 3-5 for life. Come on. Nobody has to be 3-5 for life. I'm only at 4-0 level in. Otherwise, I'd be happy to come out. I don't know. A lot of people think I'm a 4-0 or a 3-5. So maybe you should come play. Who's commentating your match with Ben? Yeah, that's a good question. I'll answer that. Scott Brody and Mark Sanset did the commentary for my match versus Ben. I was in the commentary booth for all of Ben's other 3 matches, and I partnered up with a couple of different people for Ben's matches. I'm not going to say anything else about any of Ben's matches for sure. I don't want to give away anything about any of them. Can't remember if you have win one of your training matches. Yeah, I won against Sean, and this was part of the I was trying to give Ben kind of a well-rounded experience coming here, and hopefully some of you picked up on that. Like his first match, Sean, I played and I won against Sean. My first match on the Essential Tennis Court, kind of coming back. Sean's a 4-0. Topher, also 4-0. I won against Topher. And so I was kind of trying to kind of sandwich, Ben is rated a 4-5. So my goal was to kind of give Ben an on-ramp with 4-0 rated players, and then ramp up to 4-5 rated players, which is the level that he plays in Atlanta. So yeah, Sean, I won on the channel. Topher, I beat on the channel. My losses are against Ira, against Mark Sanset, and against Adam. Those are my losses up to this point. Let's see. I think Ben is more famous now than most second-tier WTA players. I mean, second-tier ATP or WTA for sure. Yeah, I guarantee. Yeah, if Ben just like walks onto public courts anywhere in the United States, I guarantee you he gets recognized more than the number 400 ATP player, 1,000%, or WTA or ATP player, like out of the top 100, for sure. Do you guys need any extra video editing help? We just hired somebody new. Ryan, we currently have 5 people working on our editing. 2 of them full time. The person we just hired hopefully is going to ramp up to full time, and then the other 2 are kind of part time. Like when we have overspill, we use the other 2. Do you remember the old trend of long-handled rackets? Yeah, I had one. I had an extended, I think Prince when I was a teenager, Phil. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, the Thunder, yeah, the Thunder Stick, the Prince Thunder Stick. I had the long version of that. I mean, yeah, I liked it back then. I probably wouldn't like it now, but I'm not sure to be honest. For the videos, are we gonna get highlights and then part 1, 2? Yeah, yeah, we are. Dylan. Yeah, there's going to be highlights of the match, and then however many parts it takes to show the match. Again, we always shoot for between 20-30 minutes, and that's just our kind of ballpark goal for an upload length. Can we fly up and play you? Yeah, sure. Jay, look, send an email to ian@essentialtennis.com. I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, if you wanna come play, shoot me an email. Ian versus Scott. Yeah, I'd love to play Scott eventually. Scott's tough. I'm gonna train a little bit longer. I want to do a rematch against Ira. I want to do a rematch against Mark. That's on my list for sure. And yeah, I'd love to play Scott eventually. I stopped my Eurosport subscription to look at ET. This was so fascinating to me, honestly. It's like there's on one end of the spectrum, there's people like complaining, like, oh, there's so many videos. Why does it take so long? Like you're milking it. And then on the other end of the spectrum is people like literally saying, I don't watch Tennis Channel anymore. Like I just watch your like canceled my Eurosport subscription to watch Essential Tennis. Thank you for that. It's funny to me that there's such a wide range of reaction to how we put stuff out. Is there any way for players to visit and play in the ETU? Yeah, ice. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's going to have to be kind of a special thing. Depends on the player. But yeah, send me an email, ian@essentialtennis.com. It's not impossible, but it's going to have to be just like the right level. It's going to have to be like the right personality. We're definitely like we're not going to do the whole like setup with the commentary booth and the scheduling the commentators and the production team and all the cameras and all the like we're not going to set all that up unless it's going to be like a pretty solid match. We're trying to show good matches that are entertaining and fun and inspiring and like push people to be motivated. Oh man, I want to work harder at my game. Like that's our goal with every video that we upload. So it's possible. But you're gonna show me a little bit of you playing. Has Ben a member of a club? I don't know. We'll see if Ben answers. It looks like Ben's still in the chat. Yeah, I played in college. I played at a Division II school. When I was there, we were like 25 or 30 in NCAA Division II. A school called Ferris, Ferris, Ferris State University in Michigan. How can we contact people in ET Universe 40 in Chicago? Would love to play Sean. FaZe, yeah, same thing. Send me an email, and I'll put my email in the chat again. Send me an email, and I'll link you up with Sean. Let's see. Does Ben sign posters? He should. Ben, you need to start a merch store, Ben. You and Mark would be an excellent doubles partnership. So Ira and I are going to play doubles against Mark and Scott. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that a lot. So much more fun to watch this channel than any random match between 2 ATP top 100 players. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. I'm glad you appreciate our videos. Teamwork's really hard. Thank you, Beto. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ben replying about working on his game said very light dabbling in lessons after reaching 4 or 5, 2 video lessons. Okay, yeah, so it was multiple lessons with Pete at Crunch Time Coaching. So yeah, if you guys want to, I would encourage all of you, if you want to see Ben work on his mechanics and see him like in a student role, definitely check out the Crunch Time Coaching channel. You ever play Midwestern States? No, I don't think so. I've been MEP'd. That would be that would be an awesome T-shirt. Instructional content. Yeah, Arvind, really like the pivot of this channel to match play. And by the way, Arvind, like I did an instructional post just later today. Like we're not stopping instruction. Do you recommend any other channels for instructional content? Yeah, Top Tennis Training is fantastic. I mean, they're great players. They're great coaches. Looking at my subscriptions, definitely recommend checking them out. Just pure instruction. Intuitive Tennis with Nicola is very good. I already mentioned Peter at Crunch Time Coaching. Posts a lot of great stuff. Just instruction. Tennis Files is great. The Tennis Mentor is great. My Tennis HQ is great. There's like 5. Play Your Courts. Definitely check out Play Your Courts. Tennis Unleashed is great. I already said Intuitive Tennis. That's good. I mean, that's like 6 or 7. Sorry, everybody who I didn't. There's so many. There's so many channels doing lessons right now. Also, on this channel, I did a top new tennis channels of 2021 back in January of 2021. So maybe check that out as well. Oh yeah, thank you. Jeff Salzenstein, Tennis Evolution is really excellent. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, he does an excellent job. Ken, yeah, it's an old 95 square inch Wilson racket. I've always used, I like full poly. I think Mark is putting Solinco Confidential in it, if I remember correctly. And I like low 50s, like 53-ish, 52, 53 pounds. I may upgrade my racket soon. That's kind of to be determined. We'll see. RJ, thank you. RJ Ring, thanks for your supports. Looking for other questions. Is Ben open to giving lessons? That's it. Ben, would you teach lessons? That would be super. I would love to watch that. That would be super interesting. I'd love to know how Ben would teach, honestly. Ben, do you think you could teach your, like, not necessarily your style, but your approach to the game of tennis, which is obviously like incredibly effective. It's like such a winning approach to playing the game of tennis. Do you think you could like transfer that or translate it to other people? I'm actually really curious to hear Ben's. Yeah, My Tennis HQ is a great channel for sure. Yeah, really insightful, very high level insights from, I'm blanking on his name right now. How do you select doubles partners? Personality is the most important thing, Phil. Like you have to on a personal level, like, you have to get along. I don't want to say skills don't matter, but the other main thing I would say is you want to generally look to pair a hitter and a setter. A setter is somebody who is precise and consistent and can set up points. And then a hitter is like the cleanup crew, like somebody who's aggressive and really offensive minded, ideally like loves getting in people's faces and like puts the ball away. Pairing a hitter and a setter together frequently is a really solid way to go. Not always. Like 2 hitters and 2 setters can be successful, but hitter and setter has always kind of stuck with me. And then if they can be on the same page and have great chemistry personality-wise, that's honestly more important than the style. Will this live stream be posted to YouTube? Yep. Yeah, Will, you can, as soon as this stream is done, which I'll just do a couple more questions here, you'll be able to refresh and watch it right from the beginning. There's a couple more. Oh, Karu, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Karu's at my tennis HQ. Do you believe 6 feet over the net works in high level tennis? Yeah, if it's a heavy ball, like if there's a lot of ways to hit 6 feet over the top of the net. 6 feet's pretty high. Like that's probably, if you had said 5 feet, I don't know. I answered pretty quickly. Yeah, you can hit a very challenging, a solid shot 6 feet over. There's just has to be a lot of acceleration, a lot of topspin to make it a heavy ball. I mean, if you look at Adam on our channel, Chris recently on our channel, both hit very high, heavy, deep topspin shots, definitely 6 feet over the net. And so, yeah, you can play a solid level at hitting, every ball probably isn't going to be 6 feet over, but if that's kind of like your go-to like neutral shot, that can still be a very competitive shot. Will essential tennis instructors come in to play matches? Congrats. Yeah, I mean, Ira is one of them. Kevin and Megan are unbelievably busy at the club that they're running now. I'd love to have them back, but when you're a normal tennis coach, when you're running a program, you really don't get vacation time, and I don't see them taking time off to travel hardly anywhere, just for themselves. And if they're going to travel someplace, it's probably definitely not going to be to play tennis, because they're on a tennis court all day, every day. So I wouldn't expect Kevin or Megan to do that. And that leaves Kirby, and I actually might be seeing her. She might be coaching with me next week. So I'm curious to catch up. I haven't seen her in a little while. I'm curious to catch up with her and see how she's doing. What area of your game has improved the most over the last few months? Ken, I would say my fitness, for sure. My cardio, like my intensity, my capacity, fitness-wise, has really dramatically improved over the last couple months. Yeah, that's the top of the list for me for sure. And Perry, how you doing? How's your back? Physically, I'm feeling really good. My back's been good. I have a stretching routine I go through. My neck has popped up, flared up a few times recently, but for the most part, I'm figuring out how to balance everything in terms of my stretching routine, my workout routine. So physically, I'm feeling good. Hey, thanks, Will. Cheers. Thanks for your support. Is the tennis court in your videos your own personal court? Yeah, I don't own it. I lease it. I rent it. But I'm the one that leases it. So yeah, I have access to it 24 hours a day. And then throughout the week, other coaches come out here and use it for their lessons. So basically, I sublet it. I sublease it to other coaches in the area. But yeah, it's my space as much as any rented space can be my space. I would love to build my own essential tennis arena sometime in the next couple years. That's definitely on my radar. My wife and I are actually getting ready in just a couple weeks to move out a little further away from Milwaukee. And we're moving to some property with a lot of other property, like open land, like around us. And I'm starting to get ideas in my head about what I could do to build my own, probably like a single court with like a stadium kind of style with seating, with a commentary box, so on and so forth. Place where I can teach and coach, make videos, and play matches. We'll see what happens. Last couple. What grip do you use on your forehand? It's a strong Eastern. It's very close to a semi-Western grip. It's kind of halfway between an Eastern forehand grip and a semi-Western grip. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments on YouTube recently saying that I hit flat because of my old school grip, and that's sorry, but that's just really off base. Like there's a lot of professional players that are further up on the grip than I am. There's a lot of players that are further towards the bottom too. But it's kind of a misconception that everybody like hits with a Western grip, and like that's absolutely not true. Semi-Western is about as far as it goes. Full Western grip on the Pro Tour is a tiny, tiny percentage of players. Most players are around semi-Western. I'm halfway between Eastern and semi-Western. I need to look at a video myself. I might even be like right just barely on semi-Western. It's right in that ballpark. What would you say is Ben's greatest weapon? That's a great question. After watching him play, and now having played him myself, I would say without a doubt, his greatest weapon is just his resolve. You're gonna see Ben. The story of MEP is about to be told in a much like deeper way, just because of the way that we create our content and just tell the story of a match. And you're gonna see how like his mental fortitude and his like mental strength is so impressive. I really admire him a lot for his attitude, his like outlook, his perspective. Like you could call it mental toughness, but he has an incredibly, I don't know what the right word is, like just an incredibly strong mental framework that he operates from. Like his operating system, like mentally, is just like unwavering. Like there's just nothing can stop him mentally. Maybe more than any other player I've ever watched. So that to me that's his greatest weapon, and it's hard to see that. With all due respect to like Tennis Troll, Tennis Troll's like videos are amazing. Like their content is fantastic. They're doing incredible things for tennis. But it's a one person operation. There's only so much you can do when you're on your own trying to edit and shoot and play all at the same time. So bringing Ben here and having all the cameras, the production team, the hundreds of hours of editing that's going to go into telling the story of Ben, you're gonna see Ben in a different way, and I've loved watching it. I can't wait to see the videos. Like I haven't seen any of the videos. I keep doing my thing as a coach and as a creator while the editing team is working, and I know what I saw just having been there, and it's a different. You'll get to know Ben with a different level of depth than what you're used to seeing him. He already, of course, like has like there's like a legend, and I think that's going to be even more so after people see him play on the Essential Tennis Court. Man, lots of. Oh yeah, of course, man. No, and I didn't know you were here. So I really mean that. Like you might be the most mentally resilient. I think is the best word. Like your mental resilience is really incredible. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait to show people what happened while you were here. Let's see. I keep saying last couple, but you guys are asking really good questions. It's fun to answer. It's fun to answer good questions. I've been on a losing streak. Hey Megan. So, Megan, the last week or two, I've been working hard on a series of videos on the mental game, on mental toughness, and they're going to be coming out in like a week, about a week and a half. Please just keep an eye out for those videos. I believe May 10th, 11th, and 12th is going to be a 3-part series on the mental game. Please watch those videos. I think they're going to be super helpful for you. And my audio podcast, the Essential Tennis Podcast, I talk a lot about mental toughness issues. So it's totally free. I highly recommend checking out my podcast also. How many people are on your editing team? Richard, 2 full-time right now, and 3 part-time, to vary depending on like kind of who has more time. So five total right now. Are you going to be Ben's agent? I don't have time. Ben, the essence of tennis. Nice. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. That's all I got time for. A few more things. Wow, it's almost 5 o'clock. Thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully this is giving you a little more perspective. There's so much that happens behind the scenes. There's so much work happening. Literally hundreds of hours of editing and shooting to prepare these match videos. So that's why it's taken a while. If you enjoy these videos, if you appreciate the time and the care that's going into all of these edits, just do me a favor and click the like button on this video. And as Ben's videos come out, if you can click the like button on those, I know you hear it a ton. Like if you hang out on YouTube, like everybody's constantly asking you to click the like button. I know it gets old after a while, it gets obnoxious, but the reason why everybody asks is it actually helps. Like it actually helps more people see the videos. So thank you. If the only way you ever support what we do here is just by clicking the like button, that's amazing. Like that's super helpful. So thank you. I appreciate it. If you missed the first part of this, you can go ahead and watch the beginning as soon as I jump off. All right, guys, I gotta jump off. Thank you. First video featuring Ben comes out tomorrow. There'll be an upload Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then first match play video comes out on Monday. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll be continuing to do streams and check in with you guys and talk about lessons that we can learn, so on and so forth. Thank you so much. Take care. I'll talk to you all again soon.